Now we're gonna talk about if and else statements, right? So these are basically the decision-making statements which will execute only and only if the condition is true, right? So if will be executed only and only if the condition is true. If the condition is not true, then your else will be executed, right? There are a couple of if statement, if else statement, and if and else statement, right? So what are these? We'll be talking about these statements. These are very important in core Java, right? So let us see how we gonna execute these statements. So let us go back to Eclipse and create a new class and give it a name as if uh, else statement, right? Now, before we start practicing if else statement, we'll first gonna take a look at the syntax, how it works. So I'm gonna write if, and here this block is for the condition, right? So condition as in condition, if the condition is true, then this block will be executed. Right. Now, how we get this condition true or false, that is what we need to work on. Right. Now, what we were doing initially, we were generating some random numbers over here. Right. Now, I'll be writing some logic if the random number is greater than, let's say, 10 or greater than 15, then it should print like pass, or else it should do something else, right? So very first thing will be taking a look at this block, this if block. So what I'm gonna do, I'll be just calling the code from here for the random number, and I'll just paste it over here, right? Now let us run this and let's see what number it is actually generating. So we are actually generating a number up till 5. So I'll just make it 20, right? Now what happens as soon as I run it, it is actually generating a number over here like this, right? So I can write a condition over here if number is greater than 10, right? It should go inside it and print number is greater than 10, right? Now, if this condition is satisfied, then only it will go inside this block and it will print this thing, right? Now, it's not mandatory that if I need to write this thing, I need to write this in a block only. I can write it like this way as well, right? So if I run this, see 18, the number is greater than 10. Even I can write a number. I can write this variable over here, num plus, and like this. Let us run this. 6. See, 6 is not greater than 10, so it has not printed it. Next number, 15 is greater than 10, right? So this is how we write the code for if anything. If the conditions is satisfied, then it will actually gonna execute this block. Now let's say if the condition is not satisfied. If it is not satisfied, it is not printing anything, it is not returning us anything. So what we can do over here, we can write a else statement. If the condition is not satisfied, it will go inside the else statement, and we're gonna write over here number is less than 10, right? So if I run this, 15 is greater than 10, 9 is less than 10, 6 is less than 10. See, if the number is greater, then this condition gets satisfied. If not, then the else condition gets satisfied, and it returns the value like this, right? Now I can add another condition over here. that says else if number is greater than 10 and the number is less than 15. Right. So this is another else if statement. So I'm going to write over here number between 10 and 15. Right. And probably if I run this thing now, if this condition is satisfied, it will gonna print this, else it will gonna print this. So we can have n number of else if conditions. So what is happening over here? This else is basically tied to this if. This else is tied to this if. So we can have n number of else if statements over here. So if I run this now, 6 is less than 10, 11 is greater than 10, right? So what it prints over here? We have written 11 is greater than 10. See. So what's happening over here? We have a syntax error. See, we are satisfying this condition as well as we are satisfying this condition. So this will actually gonna take a priority, right? Now what I'll gonna do? I'll just gonna say number less than 10, right, and a number greater than 5. Right. Now let us run this. So 3 is less than 10. So it does not satisfy this condition and does not satisfy this condition. Let us run this again. 3, 12. 12 is greater than 10. 11 is greater than 10. 18, 16. So 9. As soon as the number 9 comes, it lies between 10 and 5. Right, okay, we have written 15 over here, so it has printed this. So it lies between 10 and 5. 10 is less than 10. So we have not used any equal to sign over here, right? So if what is happening if the number, see, 10 is greater than 10, so this condition does not satisfy. This condition even does not satisfy. That is the reason this condition got satisfied. So over here it is printing 10 is less than 10, whereas if we can also write if num less than or greater than equal to 10. So next time when the 10 number comes, it should actually gonna print 10 is greater than 10. So 7 is between 10 and 5. Right, this is how you can play with this if and else condition. Or if you don't want to give this equal to sign over here, you can even say number less than equal to this and number greater than equal to this. So if anything that falls between 10 to 5, including the 10 and the 5, it will gonna give that number over here. So let us see if 5 or 10 they appear randomly or not. Let us see this thing. 14, 10. See, as soon as 10 appears, it says between 10 and 15, because we have handled this condition over here. So whichever condition gets satisfied, this thing, this block is basically with the if statement. Right. Now you can put it inside curly braces as well. You can write it without the curly braces as well. Right. You can do it in anyways. Like this as well. So it should not matter. Right. Again, it should work fine. So that is all about if and else, and in the next lecture we're going to start with loops. All right.